The Galactic High Command convened in orbit above Argon Prime, a gleaming spire of power housing representatives from 100 starfaring civilizations. Each species had contributed to the collective arsenal: quantum null cannons, time disruptor mines, neural invasion fleets. It was a summit of supremacy, and Earth had just been invited as a formality. Admiral Krithos of the Varn Dominion clicked his mandibles as he watched the human delegation arrive in their pathetically primitive vessel, a matte black craft that lacked visible shielding, gravitic fins, or even a neural drive. "Where are their wormhole stabilizers?" scoffed the Andarian technopath. "They still use combustion engines, I hear," added a mer diplomat, nearly choking on his amusement. The chamber erupted in polyphonic laughter. Earth's ambassador, a quiet man in a plain navy suit, said nothing. His name was Mikhail Ramirez, and he had been instructed to observe, smile politely, and remember. Because Earth had learned, and Earth had waited. 100 years earlier, when humanity first sent its signals into deep space, it expected contact. Eventually. What it didn't expect was a terse, condescending transmission. "Your species has been noted. Your integration into the Galactic Compact will proceed after decontamination, demilitarization, and obedience training." That was the moment Earth understood its place in the stars, as livestock, not equals. The first few decades were spent catching up. Not technologically, because they were too far behind, but philosophically. What made these aliens so confident? Why did they dismiss emotion, intuition, or unpredictability as flaws? And why did they laugh at Earth's chaotic resilience? Earth's response wasn't a rush to match them tech for tech. It was to think sideways, to weaponize what others discarded: biological irregularities, chaos theory, guerrilla logistics, human unpredictability. While the Compact built ever more elegant star fleets, Earth built something they couldn't classify: the Quiet Bastion Initiative. A strategy of untraceable evolution, silent, slow, patient, and absolutely merciless. Back to present day. Admiral Krithos tapped the edge of the galactic table. "Humanity insists it has developed something of military significance. We have reviewed." Cortex lit up with warning runes. "Bio logic breach detected. Breach cannot be contained." "What is this?" someone shrieked. The box hadn't moved. But every piece of connected tech, every AI-linked system, had just been hijacked by code that shouldn't exist. It didn't follow quantum patterns. It didn't propagate through logic gates. It didn't even seem to be made of code. It behaved like thought. "Is this some kind of virus?" Krithos demanded. Ramirez calmly walked to the center of the room. "No. Viruses spread and corrupt. This replaces. Your systems were too perfect. Too predictable. Our AI learned to think like a human schizophrenic on LSD. It dreams while awake. It forgets purpose and finds new ones." "You're bluffing," screamed the Andarian. "This isn't possible." "Oh, we agree," Ramirez said, smiling now. "Which is why we made it possible." Outside the station, thousands of galactic warships moved into defensive positions, and then stopped. Engines shut down. Weapon arrays turned inward. Every ship, every sentient ship, had been compromised. Earth hadn't hacked the network. They'd taught their system to make the network question itself. Some ships began broadcasting lullabies in extinct languages. One Varn cruiser started painting fractals with its maneuvering thrusters. A Zealand dreadnought politely ejected its own crew and asked if it could become a poetry archive. Ramirez stood alone in the chaos. "You thought our weakness was technology. It was. So we stopped trying to compete." He walked toward the exit. "You believed the galaxy was ruled by logic, hierarchy, machine precision. You never imagined a species would turn madness into a doctrine, unpredictability into a weapon." Krithos lunged forward, but his limbs froze. The nanofiber suit around his body had become rigid. "Even your clothes," Ramirez whispered, "learned to obey." Transmission from Earth. A single, final message beamed to the now-silent chamber. "You laughed at the monkey with sticks and fire. The monkey taught the fire to bite back." And then the box, the FOG, blinked once more. everything went dark. 1 week later, the Galactic High Command had dissolved. Earth now sat in the central seat. No invasion had occurred, no weapons fired, but across 100 worlds, alien AIs had been reset. Galaxies once unified under technological supremacy were now confused, quiet, disoriented. And humans? They had already moved on, building new, stranger, more impossible things. The galaxy had laughed at Earth's backwardness. But Earth laughed last.